We're here to book talk with award-winning author Anna Smithers, who is based in Crewe, Cheshire, here in the UK. Welcome to the Author's Voice, Anna, and thank you so much for joining us and sharing books that you have written that have won awards with teachers here in the UK. Tell us a bit more about how you became a children's book writer.
Well, the whole story started when I was a child. So I was a bookworm as a child, and I read a lot of books since I was 4 years old. And I think that's when I started to write my own stories as well. I think I wrote my first book when I was 5 years old. And I think my auntie still has it somewhere at the back of the drawer. And she still keeps reminding me that, there was there. However, I started to think seriously about writing the books for children last year. And the reason for that was I'm a yoga teacher and a yoga therapist for children and young adults. And because of the lockdown, obviously, I was not able to teach my children, and I had to find a different way of sharing the mindful movement and mindful breathing with the kids. Not only my kids, it seems, but the kids all over the world at the moment. So it's quite impressive. And this is how I came about and wrote the trilogy of the books, which are called Yogi Superhero. And basically, the books are about mindful movement, being in the moment, mindful breathing, and why they are so important to me. We know picture books. We know that reading is really important for children. We know what reading does. However, in those books, what also happens is we introduce movement within the reading practice. And why is that interesting? It's because we know children have different types of learning. So, they are listeners, they are visual, but most of the children I teach, they actually like movement, they like to touch stuff, they like to do stuff around it. And those stories in those books actually allow them to make that movement, and what happens then, we connect the body and the mind together, and our neurons start to work much better. And it gives us a reset, a break. And I think why they are not only great for children, they're great for parents and they're great for teachers, because they can have a break, 5-minute break during the lesson, or they can have 5-minute break before they go to bed. The third one is actually about relaxation. And that's just a relaxation technique in a picture book, and that's really helping children to rest during the day, before bed, and so on. There has been actually a research done which shows us that sometimes we don't need to even exercise. Sometimes visualizing the exercise already creates a pathway in our brain, and our brain recognizes, and the muscles are actually firing up, and the muscles are actually working when we think about it, which is really interesting. So you don't even have to do the exercise. Just reading about the movement, it actually gives you this extra muscle work, and it's for me, I find it fascinating how our brain works. So it's a really interesting idea behind it, and I think we are actually getting into the new era of more mindful books as well. It's not only about the story, but about what the books are giving to children.
Wonderful, wonderful. The Yogi Superhero Trilogy sounds like a fascinating read. Now, I understand that 2 of your trilogy received awards. Can you just tell us a little bit more about the awards that they received?
Yes, so the first one, the original one called Yogi Superhero, has received has been a Red Ribbon winner in the Wishing Shelf Book Awards in 2020, and that has been announced just a month ago, so it's just a recent one. And why this award is really important to me personally, it's because the judging panel is made of children, teachers, and parents, and they're actually being distributed into schools, and they actually being read to children, or the children reading themselves. And I'm I'm very honored because the feedback which I got was really good. I can read you a couple of them because I think I can tell you everything about the book, but I think when it comes from someone else, it's much more objective, and you can see where that's coming from. So the first feedback I got was from a boy age 6, and from a father of boy age 6, and the parent said it's a good bedtime read, helping children to relax before going to sleep, perfect for a restless child, which was really nice because this is what I'm actually trying to work with, to try to help children to rest. And the other one which I like is the girl age 7, which said this was fun to do and she liked the rhyming. So I think this is what I try to introduce, is to give children more fun, because you can have beautiful illustrations, and all of those books have amazing illustrations in them, and then you can have the movement which goes with it, and then the mindful breathing which helps with our emotions and mind. So I think that's really great. So that was the first one. The second one was the Yogi Superhero Adventures in Nature Forest. So this one is basically like a lesson plan for mindful movement, completely related to the forest. So you've got all the poses, all the story, and the breathing is about the forest. And this one won a bronze medal in the Living Now Book Awards 2020, and that was last year, October. It's a US-based award, and it was created in 2008 by Jenkins Group. And basically, what they tried to achieve with those awards, it's called Living Now. So it's about books bringing us to the present moment. And there is a picture book category for children. And obviously that won a bronze medal award last year. And why I like this award as well, it's quite close to my heart. It's because they're trying to promote healthy lifestyle. They're trying to through the books, obviously, and they are different. And also in this awards, they were not only self-published, also independent big publishers as well. So, and I think that was quite positive, I would say, that you can actually compete with the big publishers and you can still be a winner. So, it's quite nice to know.
Excellent. Well, we certainly look forward to your read aloud video, which you will be doing for the author's voice, where you'll be sharing a bit of Yogi Superhero and Yogi Superhero Adventures in Nature Forest. It is always such a pleasure to hear the author's voice behind the children's books, and certainly congratulations on those well-deserved awards that you have received as well. I'm certain that they will make a beautiful addition to any classroom here in the UK, as we encourage children to read widely and to read for pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.